Hi guys, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. In this video, I'm going to be doing a channeled love letter from your divine masculine. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is this letter along with the quartz heart. Group 2 is this letter along with the jade heart. And group 3 is this letter along with the Sodalite heart. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the clear quartz heart along with this channeled letter, which I will read in just a minute. I want to start by doing a quick energy check on your divine masculine, see what's going on with them right now, and then I will read the channeled letter, follow that up with some standalone message cards, and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, so we have the 9 of Wands, the World, 6 of Swords, King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Devil. So with these energies, I'm hearing you're everything to me. And so this feels like something that your divine masculine has been kind of working through some sort of obstacle within them as it relates to you in the connection, where they might have almost questioned if you were too good to be true, or like the connection between the two of you, would this be sustainable in kind of this higher vibrational capacity in a long-term sense, where this is almost somebody that might have tried to test the durability of the connection by almost like very consciously and in a way that they know was sort of manipulative, that they need to like apologize for, or in some way are getting ready to kind of like make up for lost time, or show some kind of extra initiative, extra effort with you, because they've almost like tested this connection to see things vibe and it flows between the two of us when everything's going smoothly, when everything's going our way. But what happens when I get into one of my moods? What happens when I become very selfish? I become very distracted, or I'm needing to sort of pour all my energies in an undivided way into like goals, work, things that are kind of important or of interest to them. Like, would you hold space? Would you stick around for that, for those occasions where this almost feels to be something that is like their version of self-love, kind of just indulging in almost things to make themselves a better version of themselves. So they may have like been making up excuses recently, or it's been hard to connect with them, or you've taken some time apart from one another. And there's a sense of almost, they may have been with people in their past that were very like clingy, very needy, very codependent. And so this is almost something that in order to progress to the next phase between the two of you, they needed to create some reassurance for themselves that you're able to self-sustain, that you don't totally implode if they are otherwise distracted. Like that there's truly an open invitation for both of you in this circumstance and in what you can have with one another moving forward, to continue to maintain your own individuality, your own autonomy, that sense of self isn't like lost within sort of this energy of unity with this yin yang here, this kind of third energy that you both create one another, that's like the consciousness of the relationship, that kind of idea of us and we, and that sort of identity. This is something where, in order to dive in further with that, some part of themselves needed to be like satisfied that, okay, if I go the distance with you, if I trust in this connection, if I pour myself into it more than I have, or maybe for some people this is even like for the first time they're getting ready to like dive in with you, go all the way with you, that there's a sense of, if the tables turn, if the chips are down in my life, or if I'm needing to kind of choose myself at any sort of point in time, like things that are like, again, like long-term goals, success, career, legacy, wealth, anything they've been trying to like build in that capacity, or maybe this is somebody like working long hours or needing to kind of like have most or a lot of their free time invested in like, creating a business, creating a side hustle, working to kind of bring some dream out into reality. Are you going to be here with me? Are you that ride or die? Or are you only somebody that is here when I'm in a place of kind of my ducks are all in a row and life is just it's very predictable. I'm in my routine. I'm going through the motions. You can always get a hold of me at a reliable time. We have our routine. We have our comfortability with one another. If that gets disrupted, can this relationship sustain like you holding the weight of this connection, or holding space for me, even if I'm not good at communicating that I need that, or that I'm just like taking that for myself in some kind of capacity? Are you going to be here still when I come back to myself, when I settle into, that routine, that person that you've come to know, that you become comfortable with? And so there's a sense that they're very satisfied at kind of the ways in which it's almost like you're doing this dance with one another, where even if it's like you miss them, or you were kind of, bothered by the way in which they might have just sort of cut things off very abruptly, it might have just been like a hot and cold energy. There's a sense of gearing up to kind of present something more. Maybe they've already started warming back up to you, and there's a sense that you're not just a doormat, you're not just giving them free access. Like it's a challenge to kind of come back into your energy, or create sort of harmony between the two of you again. But you're somebody that like holds space for them to also prioritize themselves. Like loving you is equated now with loving themselves. So this is somebody that feels like that is seeing your value and worth, or the value and worth in this connection, in a way that they hadn't been able to appreciate before, because they needed to take a step back, or maybe, circumstances came up and they were kind of just forced to sort of clean some things up, or having to work long hours, or just kind of like invest in other things. Maybe they needed some time to even just sort of think and process their feelings about the connection, and just sort of stepped away. And there's a sense of, as they're trying to reapproach, as they're trying to kind of merge with you on this next level, there's an assurance inside of them that you and this connection are someone worth fighting for. You're the kind of person that they want by their side come hell or high water. You're the kind of person that they want by their side, and they know is kind of a good asset for them as they are making their best life a reality in the here and now. It's giving like power couple vibes, and just the sense of, even if they've been going through a lot, you're kind of this safe space. You're the sanctuary. You are their peace. On the other side of a lot of chaos or turbulence, or like a role they've had to step into in order to, really kind of attack their goals and reach some kind of breakthrough. They're able to sort of take off that mask, take off that armor, and come into like a closeness with you, which it feels like they're getting ready to kind of present something, shift something within themselves, so that there's more investment that's possible on their part with you, rather than just this like hot and cold and back and forth sort of energy. Like you've earned this person's confidence or trust in some sort of way, that like to fight for this connection or prioritize this connection, to sort of rise to the occasion of any challenges in this connection, it's in accordance with their highest good, or it's a good investment in a long-term sense. Like you're a good investment as far as the type of person that they want by their side. So let's see what they want you to know in this channeled letter. Hello, beautiful. When I close my eyes, I feel you radiating within my aura, like you are right here with me, keeping me company during this time of silent reflection. There are times when I ask myself if I am simply addicted to the concept of you, and that this keeps me pulling back towards you no matter how hard I push myself away. There are times where I truly believe you nourish my soul and that we were both put here upon this earth to breathe life into one another. This chapter of our story is so complicated and so beautiful, and I feel so present with you, even though we both need this time to sit within the reality of what our separate lives are in this moment. I have instances where I feel so grateful, and within that space of elation, I reach for you. I want something more with you. I don't want this to be where the possibility of us has to end. I want to be the miracle that you never saw coming, with that beautiful, intuitive eye of yours that sees through all of my disguises every time. I want to provide you with answers to your questions and to be able to explain my motives if you're curious. I'd be lying to myself if I said I didn't miss you like hell right now. So let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. Okay, and they say, I'm plotting my next move towards you. Get ready. We need some time together. You cross my mind 1,000 times a day. I want to kiss you. I've made up my mind. You are the one. I don't want to waste any more time. And you are my answered prayer. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. S, X, G, B, H, M, N, L, E, E, Z, B, A, G, J, I, V, Y, and F. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Jade heart, along with this channeled letter, which I'll read in just a minute. I want to start with some tarot and do a quick energy check, see what's going on with your divine masculine right now, and then I will read the channeled letter, follow that up with some standalone message cards, and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Four of Wands, Page of Wands, and Justice. So these energies I'm hearing, I've never been this comfortable before. So it feels like your divine masculine is getting ready to invite you in to their inner world more than has already been the case. They could be getting ready to confide something in you, reveal aspects of themselves, certain interests, practices, hobbies, belief systems, things about their past, dreams for the futures, and hopes that they haven't shared with you yet. Maybe a lot of people in their life don't really know about this aspect of them, or it's kind of just been something very, very personal for them. It may be very separate from kind of the larger community that they associate with, something that might almost have been kind of like pushed away in the shadows, sort of like people would laugh at me if they knew that I did this, or I don't like share this part of my life or this aspect of myself with people very easily. And yet with you, there's a sense of you're someone that would appreciate this aspect of them. You're somebody that they want to get to know in like a very well-rounded capacity. This may be something that sort of like time and attention, maybe this person's love language. And so this is a way of almost like showing love by inviting you in to kind of have access to and knowledge of a part of them that is very, it's like part of an inner circle within themselves. It's like you've elevated in some way within their circle of trust to kind of this higher rank or echelon, something that would be almost exclusive, like the VIP room, as far as their personality, like who they are as a person, or the life that they live is concerned. And there's a sense of like, I want to start building in this aspect of myself in our relationship with one another, because they see you as somebody that they feel very comfortable in their presence, very balanced in their presence. There's a sense that they feel very unstoppable when they are around you, or you speak life into them, into things that they're interested in or that they're working on. You're a really good support system for them. And somebody that they see as very trustworthy. And so there's a sense of kind of like, I want to bring you in closer to the fold of my reality. I feel that in this capacity to start to introduce this aspect of who I am into our situation, that it can only strengthen the foundation that we've laid with one another, because I see progress with you in like a long-term capacity. It's almost something where they may have been thinking recently like, well, if I marry this person, is there going to be room for like this hobby or my collection of something, or this thing that I like to kind of do on the weekends or do in my spare time, or something that's part of my daily routine that like you wouldn't have already known about. So this is almost like an action step that may seem very kind of small, or you wouldn't necessarily know the magnitude and significance of like what this means to this person, to kind of invite you into this aspect of their world. But they're doing so because there's like, I see long range potential with you, and I want to make sure that we don't have any like secrets from one another, or who I am in more of a well-rounded capacity, so you know what you're investing in, what you're getting into. And it feels like with no expectation, but almost kind of like an unspoken invitation, to feel free to kind of let your guard down, take off some of the masks, reveal more of who you are authentically, because they're wanting to kind of cultivate a space of non-judgment more than you already have with one another. And you've satisfied some kind of mechanism within them that like relaxes enough in your presence, or you've demonstrated to be kind of like open-minded as far as they're concerned, or just very kind of welcoming. Your energy and your presence is very welcoming, to where it's kind of like, all right, I want to step more into this interaction with you by showing you some of the things about me that kind of go on behind the scenes. Because if we're moving forward in a long-term sense with one another, you need to understand who I am as a person in a more kind of well-rounded capacity. So let's see what they want you to know in this channeled letter. I am right here with you every step of the way. You are the bravest and most beautiful person I have ever met, and the way you always think of other people before yourself makes me so protective over you, and also cautious because I don't want to hold on too tight and smother any of that light you hold inside that you are here to share as medicine with the people whose lives you touch. I think the way you live your life is inspiring, and the brand of freedom you advertise as you move through the world is something I am on board with completely. I feel purpose-driven at this time. I feel a compulsion to declutter my life and to invest in myself. I know I need to make room for the next phase of whatever we are becoming to have sufficient room to grow. I see how artistically you have done this, and now I feel compelled to respond to your efforts in a way that is loud and unmistakable. I am not perfect, and I don't seek that in a companion. I wish you would take more time to celebrate your strengths, and less time picking apart your quirks and calling them flaws. You are the most genuine person I have ever met. Thank you for demanding that I become honest with myself, so that there is a better road upon which this love story can continue. So let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. Okay, and we have, do you know how divine you are? Do you know how amazing you are? I feel you in my heart. You are my answered prayer. I am learning there is no room for love if there is fear within our hearts. I genuinely care about you. And thank you for being patient. I know it isn't easy. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got F, X, E, N, Y, U, B, M, G, P, O, A, J, A, D, I, G, C, and W. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Sodalite heart and this channeled letter, which I will read in just a minute. I want to start by doing a quick energy check on your divine masculine, see what's going on with them right now, and then I'll read the channeled letter, follow that up with some standalone message cards, and close the reading out with some initials. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands, the World, Hanged Man, Knight of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So with these energies, I'm hearing, I want to be the hero. This is somebody who wants redemption with you, somebody who wants to do everything that they failed to do before in this connection, or that they had like the best of intentions of doing within this situation, and then the two of you were almost in a sense rerouted beyond what they had anticipated would be kind of a likely course of events between the two of you from the point when you first met and as things were developing, and then anything that happened where communication became wobbly, or you ended up in like a no contact situation or distance between the two of you. There's a sense of, that's not how I thought things would turn out. I didn't intend for things to get out of hand. I didn't intend to kind of play with your emotions or cause you to open your heart up to me in some sort of way, and then I ran. This is somebody who's been thinking long and hard about the genesis of your connection with one another, everything that you've been through the seasons of your interactions with one another. Maybe this is somebody you've known in a long-term capacity, or they've come like in and out of your life at different periods of time over like a stretch of time, and there's a sense of almost, I want to turn this situation around. I want to take a leap of faith, defeat the parts of myself that had questioned this, that had hesitated when I should have acted in the past, or that acted in the direction of maybe even just being very like frozen in fear, not taking a leap of faith forward, letting windows of opportunity kind of open and close, sort of come and go in the situation. And this is a sense of somebody who's like, enough is enough. I don't want to waste any more time. No more funny business in this situation. It's like they've kind of gotten tired of some aspect of themselves which understands fundamentally that you're what they've been looking for. You bring out the best in them. When they're around you, they feel like anything is possible. So why are they fighting this? Why have they created complications, almost like getting lost in their overthinking, anticipating challenges and obstacles where there didn't need to be any, or feeding power into those obstacles instead of finding ways to surmount those challenges. Anything that has kind of been at odds in this situation or not favorable towards union with one another, anything that's made it difficult to kind of connect or to sort of work towards that mutually beneficial future with one another. So that could be like distance being a factor, if there were third parties involved in the situation at any point in time, or maybe even just kind of fear of wounding or like ghosts of the past that had caused this person to be all kind of raring to go as far as you're concerned when they first meet you, and then you hit a wall with them in some kind of capacity. Then they switched up, enthusiasm turning into sort of stillness. There's a sense of enough is enough with that. We've lost enough time or opportunity between the two of us. Like, I need to turn this situation around. I need to redeem the way that you view me. The way that I view myself is contingent on the actions I take next in this situation. I want to be the bearer of good news for you, rather than somebody that you have to kind of like keep at arm's length. You have to wonder into my motives at this point, or not get your hopes up too high if I'm coming back around. You sense the energy, or I've reached out. They notice in some sort of way that maybe in kind of some back and forth that you've had, you're putting up your boundaries, you're putting up your walls against them, and there's a sense of like, this isn't how I wanted things to turn out. So this is somebody, it feels like, that is looking for a way to kind of run towards you when every instinct tells them to kind of run away or back away, or to keep like the distance between the two of you. There's a sense of enough is enough. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't feel right anymore. I can no longer justify or excuse that as something in accordance with my highest good, or what I actually want within the situation with you in a long-term sense. So this is something where they may be getting ready to kind of provide you with some sort of explanations, reach out and have a very brave conversation, a long overdue conversation. There's like, if there's still time, if there's still hope for redemption in this situation, I'm not going down without a fight. I'm not just going to let you walk out of my life or continue to evolve beyond the place where we've gone our separate ways, and then I'm just sitting on the sidelines, watching you live your best life and knowing I could have been there right with you if I had taken steps to get out of my own way. So somebody, it feels like, that's preparing to kind of invest more, become more open and honest. They're like opening themselves, mind, body, soul, spirit, heart, everything, to the idea of you, to the reality of who you are, and what you can become with one another moving forward. So let's see what they want you to know right now. Tell me all your stories. Tell me about all the adventures you went on out in the world and in your head, so that I can gain a better understanding of who you are and how you need me to love you. I adore what you have trusted me enough to reveal about yourself, and I'm sorry anyone from your past hurt you deeply enough that trust is a slippery slope for you. I am patient. I have waited a lifetime to meet someone like you, so I will not push you past your comfort zone. I want a love we can both relax into. Follow my lead and steady yourself, because what we have is not like anything you've had before. Resist the urge to run and feel into the message beyond your overthinking. Wonderful things are going to start happening for us, which feels shocking because we got used to the numbness of perpetual longing. I know who you are to me and who I want you to become. Keep shining your light, please, because you are a muse to me. I want to love you right, so that no aspect of you feels untouched by my recognition and embrace. I respect you as a person above all else. Your wish is my command. Loving you is as effortless as breathing. I thank God every day for setting you apart in such a manner that it was simply inevitable that our paths would cross again. Thank you for making each day brighter. So let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know right now. And we have the sound of your voice lingers in my mind. I guess the light I see in you is what you see in me. I am learning that there is no room for love if there is fear within our hearts. You cross my mind 1,000 times a day. There's a lot that I want to say to you right now. And I surrender my heart to you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got Z, U, H, A, C, E, O, G, K, T, A, V, N, Y, D, L, M, R, and B. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channel letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.